Hey Arise Network, so this is Arise Insights with your girl Cynthia Natasha. So today I'm sitting with something that feels like a full circle moment for me, Why? Because years ago, long enough for me to notice my own growth, I wrote my first. This wasn't my first article, but it was the first article that I've ever published on my website, Arise Network. So for the longest time after I had published it, I kept fighting this urge to go back to edit it. I wanted to polish it, to relight it, because and now I understand my flow and my style better, and I've grown into my voice. So honestly, I think sometimes when you grow, your past starts feeling a little childish, a little raw, a little unrefined. So every time I thought of let me go back and fix this, the Holy Spirit will nudge me not to. Like he will literally say leave it as it is, because it's part of your story. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that don't go back learning from your old stories, revolving or growing. No, but it's like those old selfies and pictures that we post on, maybe we have posted on Facebook in our maybe 20s or teens. So you might be in your 30s, you might be in your 40s now, but you can't go back and re-edit them. No, you can go back and re-edit the younger version of yourself. Even if you try, or even if you do, that picture will still carry the innocence, the awkwardness, the purity, the lessons, and even the emotions, and the version of you that existed then. So that is beautiful in its own way, and that is growth. So every time I read this article, I feel the same way. It reminds me when I had started, the things that I had believed, the values that shaped me, the girl that I was then, and the woman that I am becoming now. Yes, I write better today. Yes, I can, polish things more now. I don't need you to validate me that, I am growing. Yeah. But authenticity matters, guys. Growth matters, and I don't want anyone to think that I came into this journey already perfect. No, it was the Holy Spirit who had allowed me to let the flaws in my lighting stay, to let the imperfections speak, to let the earlier writings sit there as a proof that I am learning, and I am evolving, and I am becoming. But today, so I want to do something that I've never done before. I want to sit with that article and talk about it. So I had titled that article, Who Cooked Today? And here is what happened. The inspiration of that article didn't just come from nowhere. No, it came from a moment that had unfolded right in front of me. So it was one of those moments that look small on the outside, but they carry value, they carry revelations, underneath. So I was at work in the laboratory, and my boss, I think, was trying to communicate something to my colleague. So it wasn't about the message itself that shook the whole atmosphere. It was how the message was being delivered, the tone, the sharpness, the weight behind the words. You could really, you could literally feel the heaviness, landing on my colleague. Not because he was being corrected, not because the information was wrong, no, but because the delivery method had robbed the message of its essence. Is that making sense? Yeah. Yes. So I remember just standing there, watching the two of them go back and forth. And in that shared space, I just felt like something was tightening inside of me. So I grabbed a piece of paper and I began, jotting down everything as it came. The thoughts, the observations, the lessons. It was like the whole experience was teaching me in real time. Okay, so later that day, it happened that we were cooking. So I don't know whether it was me cooking, it was my kid sister cooking, or my cousin. But as we were just, settling down, my mom asked a question. Kwadi wapika ndani lelo? So that question, if she happens to say it out loud like that, because it wasn't the first time she had asked that question, but every time that comes out, we know that something is off. So it's either there is no salt in the food, so guilty as charged, that would be me. If there is too much salt, definitely that would be my cousin. If it's my sister, her food is always just right, the seasoning is always on point. So when my mom called out that, who cooked today, we all paused. We were just waiting for the verdict. Was it a no salt or too much salt situation this time around? So the funny thing is, I know it's not funny, but then looking back, in that moment, that question, had absolutely nothing to do with what I had witnessed at work. But then the following day, my colleague came in and, started explaining how his whole day yesterday was ruined. Like, he went home with a heavy heart, to the point that he had prayed to God why someone who meant well would speak in a way that left him bruised instead of being helped. So when he said that, immediately my mind jumped back to my mom's voice, who cooked today? Because just like food, you can use the right ingredients, you can use the right intentions, you can use the right message, but if the seasoning is off, if the delivery is wrong, everything loses its taste. Everything gets lost. The taste or the flavor gets lost in the process. So that's where this whole thing came from. That's the whole backdrop. That's the heart behind that first article, which I had titled Who Cooked Today. So let's talk about it. There comes a moment when we finally choose to speak up. Like, we finally choose to take up the responsibilities that we have been called, to carry. But how you go about it matters, because sometimes when we are supposed to offer a shoulder, like a safe space, a moment for someone to learn. Whoa. All right, guys. Because sometimes when we are supposed to offer a shoulder, like a safe space, a moment for someone to lean on and breathe, somewhere along the line, instead of letting our words carry freedom, instead of allowing truth to land gently and set someone at peace, we forget. We forget that the tongue has the power to speak either life or death. So we often forget that words can hurt, and they hurt deeply, to the point that sometimes they hurt for far longer than we imagine. So that casual sentence, that truth we thought was needed, or that truth we thought needed to be spoken about, can echo in someone else's heart in a way we never, intend. We forget that in as far as truth matters, but also timing matters. Also the tone matters. Also sensitivity matters. That even the most, well-meaning words, if delivered carelessly, we can break instead of building. And taming the tongue, that is maturity, guys. That is maturity right there. That is wisdom in action. We don't just go about, speaking everything just for the sake of speaking them. No, we can do better than crushing each other's spirit in the name of, I just had to say it, like, so I said it. No, we can be honest without being brutal, guys. We can speak the truth without, tearing someone apart. You don't have to pour out the whole salt shaker in a sentence. No. Sometimes the right seasoning means a right pause. It means a right tone. It means a right timing. That's what it takes to let someone adjust, not adjust, but digest the truth without, bitterness. You can season your speech gently, like intentionally, with grace. So I just want to challenge us, like this week and even the days to follow, that make it your mission to let your conversation be full of grace, seasoned with salt, yes, but with the right amount, so that you may know how to answer everyone with patience, with love, with understanding. Just like Colossians 4 verse 6 teaches, because everyone is going through stuff. So you might not know that what you just said, it either pushed someone to giving up or them trying again. Because here's the truth: we all make mistakes, we all stumble, we all have moments when our words fail us, but we are all God's masterpiece. And just because we are a masterpiece, that means we are there yet? No, we are also a work in progress at the same time. So think twice before you offer what you are calling truth in a way that wounds. Think twice before those words become a reason why someone goes home with a heavy heart, crying, confused, or even being hurt. Because trust me, you do not want the heaven asking. You do not want God asking you, who cooked today? Before we wrap up, here's what I want you to grab from this whole conversation. First, take a moment to appreciate your growth. I think that's what I highlighted earlier. Like, seriously, look back at where you started and see how far you have come. Even if your past was messy or imperfect, that's progress, and that's a reason enough to go back to God and say, I think you've been working behind the scene. Secondly, your past. Your wounds, your actions, and your experiences, trust me, they all are a proof of your journey. So don't erase them. You can change, you can grow, you can evolve, you can learn from them, but you don't have to erase them. Just let them, speak or do its inner work inside of you. Number 3, words carry power. The things you say matter, and so season your speech with grace, deliver truth without crushing someone's spirit, and watch the difference it makes. Yeah. And finally, life is really a balance of intention and delivery. I don't know if that's making sense or that's a point enough for you to take home, but yeah, it's a balance between intention and delivery. If you want to say something, know that it matters just as much as how you say it. So nail that down, and you will start to see how you start to see the impact of your words in a whole new way. So all right guys, that's what I had for you, but I want to hear from you. So drop a comment, send me a DM. I'm still finding my footing here in as far as being in front of a camera is concerned. So I was wondering, should I go back to some of the insights that I had written on the website and just converse with you about them, maybe dig deep into the lessons and the thoughts behind them? But that doesn't mean that I have forgotten that we have unfinished series to look into. I've held it back for a reason you understand soon. But for now, are you okay with us trying this? Let me know. I'm excited to hear from you guys, so keep them feedbacks coming. Otherwise, I think I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.